Welcome back on C-Square. In this video clip, we're going to talk about some basic skills you need in a geometry class. And I call this one basic skill part 1. Obviously, we're going to have more parts. So let's take a look on this one. First thing we want to discuss about is this segment addition postulate, which is right here. Which means here, means what? We have a segment AC, somewhere between AC you have the point B, therefore AB plus BC will be equals AC. So in this case, what do we have? 3x plus 4, right? That is AB plus 2x plus 7 equal what? 61, which is given. So yeah, it is an equation. 3x plus 2x will be 5x. 4 plus 7 is 11 equals 61. Subtract 11 on both sides, right? Simple two-step equation, 5x equals 50, divide by 5, right, equal x equals 10. And obviously we are not done because they ask us the measure of AB. So what we need to do here is to find AB. AB will be 3 times what? 10 plus 4. That will be 34. This is the answer for the first problem. AB equals 34. The next concept I would like to talk in this basic skill is what we call midpoint, right? Look at here what the midpoint is. The midpoint is the point that is in the middle. It divides the segment into two equal parts. So the geometry here is very simple. AN congruent with MB. That is the geometry statement. This sign that looks similar to equal, in fact we call it congruent. It has kind of the same meaning. So this is the algebra we get from this geometry statement, and we're going to solve this multi-step equation. I personally subtract 7x. And we have what? A equals 2x minus 8. Add 8, right? Add 8, and we're going to get what? 2x or 16 equals 2x. Right, divide by 2, we're going to end up with x equals 8. Similar to the previous problem, this is the first stage where we have x, right? Because they ask us the length of AB. We cannot get AB right away, we're going to get AN. AN is 7 times 8 plus 8. That will be 56 plus 8, 64, right? I will suggest you to try to do the problem without a calculator. But this is not what we're looking for. We're looking for AB, which is going to be twice AM. Why twice? Yes, you're right, because he's the midpoint. So this is the final answer for this problem, right? Be careful to your final answer. Midpoint. Again, midpoint. But in this case, we have what we call a coordinate grid, right? We have 2 points given to us, and we need to find the midpoint. In this case, I also suggest you to make a picture, especially if it's something that you can do it, right? In this case, easy to graph the points and see it. And some of you can notice the midpoint should be here, right? That is in the middle. Let's see what the math is. Sometimes that helps, especially when the numbers are not friendly. This is the formula for the midpoint. For the x coordinate of the midpoint, similar we have for the y coordinate of the midpoint. Okay. So let's see what we get for the x. The x coordinate of the midpoint will be what? Now be sure the x coordinates are the first guys. x1, x2. It doesn't matter which one is point 1, which one is point 2, obviously. Negative 2 plus 4 divided by 2. That means we have positive 2 over 2, that will be 1. The x coordinate of the midpoint is 1, which looks like that, right? We see it here. What about y? You can pause the video clip and try it, see if we get the same answer. Yes, we get negative 2, which looks like is the correct answer, right? More problem about midpoint, and this is a little bit different. Why is this different? We have an endpoint and the midpoint. Look at here to the picture, I did it. We have point A, we have point B, and they ask us what is the other endpoint. So look into this, I think it makes sense to say B, it's somewhere here, right? How we do the math? The same formula, xn equals x1 plus x2 over 2. How is this problem? How are we going to solve this problem? Right? Very simple. Xn, now it's 6. Is this 6 given to us, right? Equals x1. This is 2. 2 plus x2. We don't know. That's the guy we're going to find out. And you don't really need to write the subscript anymore, right? So, yeah, the difference between this problem and the other one, right? In the other one, you plug the number in and you evaluate an expression. Here, you solve an equation. So, how do we solve this equation? I think the easiest way here is to multiply by 2. Why? Because we cancel these two. But don't forget, you have to do something, the same thing on the left side. So we multiply by 2 on the other side, and we get 12 equals 2 plus x. And then we subtract 2, and we get x equals 10. Okay, so this guy here looks like a 10 to you? It looks to me like a 10, right? And how are we going to find y? Coordinate of the point B, the same story. Ym equals y1 plus y2 over 2. So we have 7 here, right? That is how much ym is. This guy equal what? 3 plus y divided by 2. The same story, you're going to multiply by 2 both sides. And we have 14 equals 3 plus y. Subtract 3 and we get y equals 11. Does it look like an 11 to you? It does look like an 11 to me. Okay. So the next objective for this part 1 of basic scheme geometry will be to find the length of a segment with the segment AB. And here we can use this distance formula. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Don't forget to put the square root, right? So what do we get here? Let's take a look. This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. And to be honest with you, the order does not matter. Just be consistent. x1 goes with y1, x2 goes with y2. So what do we have here? We have 4 minus negative 2. Don't forget the square, plus negative 5 minus 1 again square, and we shouldn't put a parenthesis for negative 5, but it's okay. So what do we get here? 4 minus negative 2, that is 6. 6 squared. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. Negative 6 squared. And the next thing will be to square these two numbers, and 6 squared is 36. Negative 6 squared is also 36. So we get the distance equals square root of 72, which is a very good answer. However, sometimes you need to simplify, and this is what? 36 times 2. So that will be 6 square root of 2. Okay, so the length of segment AB will be 6 square root of 2. The length of AB is the same as the distance between A and B. Another way to see this problem is by doing this right triangle. This is 6 and 6. Right, this is a right triangle, and you have A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Yeah, Pythagorean formula. 6 squared plus 6 squared equal C squared. So we have here 36 plus 36 equals C squared, and that means C squared equals 72. See, we right here, just we need to take square root, and we have C equals square root of 72. Okay, and the last topic in this part 1, will be about partitioning. Partitioning is a very interesting topic. Let's see an example, and then we'll take a look at the definition. So we have a segment AB, and they want us to find the point P. Well, obviously, point P should be somewhere here between A and B. That partition the AB in a ratio 2 to 3. That is very important. I mean, everything is important about this. It tells us where the point P is. But I want you to take a look at this. 2 to 3. That means you need to divide your segment in 5 parts. How am I going to do that? Let me show you first a graphical way. Remember this triangle? We use it for distance formula, right? Instead of distance formula. And we're going to count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This segment is 10 units long. And we're going to divide by this 5. So 10 divided by 5, that will be 2. This 2 tells us from this point A, I'm going to move 2, 2, 2, 2, and I see 2 is going back here, which we expect. And so what? Now I need you to go up on your segment AB, because these are the points we're looking for. These 4 points give us 5 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 equal segments, congruent segments. One of these 4 points, right, will be the answer. And again, we're going to look to nothing else but this ratio. 2 to 3. That means the point has to be 2 segments away from A, the direct line segment. So 2 segments, that means 1, 2, right here. This is point P. So the point P should be, if we're looking here, 2, right? And 3. So you see, not that much math, is a lot of graphing, and be careful. Now, let me show you something else. You can do that to the vertical change or the rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. Divided by 5 would be 1. So we go by 1 from B, right? And you notice we get kind of the same story. And if we go horizontally now, we get the same points. So you don't have to do both, you have to do only once. Moreover, sometimes you will not have a very nice problem, so you may want to use this formula. Okay. So I will suggest that you remember this formula because it's very important. Sometimes the numbers are not friendly. So in this case, what do we get? XA, by now we know this is XA, right? Negative 2 plus M. M is 2, right? The first guy here. And M plus N, 2 plus 3. Okay, so again, this line. XB will be 8. 8 minus negative 2. So what do we get here? We have XP equals negative 2 plus 2 over 5. 8 minus 2 is 10. Here I would suggest you to look for simplification, especially if you don't want to use a calculator, and I would suggest you to try this without a calculator. So XP will be negative 2 plus 4, which is positive 2. Yeah, we see, we have it here. So what about the Y? For the Y, the same story. You're going to write YP equals YA plus N over N plus N YB minus YA. Okay, so in this case we're going to get what? YP equals YA. YA is 1 plus M. 2, remember that first number in the ratio. N plus N, 2 plus 3. And then YB is 6. YA 1. So again, we get something nice. That is 5. We cancel the other 5. That you give them by 2 plus 3. So we're going to get an YP of 3. See, the same answer using the algebraic way. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to click the like button and come back on C-Square for more help. Thank you.